My name's Tony Black and I'm a partner in an engineering and management consultancy, Black & Moore, based here in Cairns. And we provide civil engineering services mainly to the three levels of government in Cairns, the Cape York area and in the Torres Strait Islands. Well, I met Chong at a training course. It was a leadership development series of courses over a period of a year, and came to know him quite well and to find that he was a person whose views lined up with mine pretty well, so I've known him well since then. Stephen's a very affirming person, I find, and so sometimes in life, in many areas, there's a lot of noise. You can't really see where you're going. I don't think Stephen believes in telling people how to do things, but he's the kind of person that can help you see the wood for the trees. I've found that just talking to Stephen sometimes has given me the ability to understand really what I'm looking for in a specific circumstance. It's not that he's told me anything, but that he's helped me to see through all the peripheral issues to see what the real story is. What it's done is it's served to lock that culture in. We've always been very much a values-driven business, but sometimes it's difficult if the whole team, and particularly new team members, don't really understand what your values are. So I think what it's done is it's really locked those down, and so there's really a good sense of how we do it here at Black & Moore now. In addition to that, I think there's a common language emerging amongst people, so that when an issue arises and somebody talks about it in a certain way, other people understand what they mean. And that can be in areas of underperformance, or maybe if we're talking about how we service a client, if we use a certain type of language, everybody knows what that means, which is really quite empowering for the team. And then when there's maybe subtle ways of telling people that, hey, we'd like to do it differently, people get the message rather than having less subtle techniques applied. Initially I chose Stephen on a recommendation from my solicitor, Stephen Devonish. Stephen had been using Stephen in his organisation, and I knew that they were facing a lot of similar challenges, and he had some very positive feedback about what their team had experienced, and so we thought we'd give him a try as well. Subsequently, we found that because he had such a great rapport with our staff, that he was basically selected by the team to do subsequent training. So looking forward, we'll use him again, and it's almost like he's part of our team. So initially, we had a need in our organisation to get all of our team on the same page. We had probably half of our 20 staff had been with us for a long time, and the other half were relatively new, and we were worried that we might have differences in culture building up in our organisation, and we really wanted everybody to understand how we did it at Black & Moore, and that we felt required some professional assistance. And so the first thing we did was our entire team did 4 units of training with Stephen, aimed at trying to get everybody to understand our team values and to understand how we were managing our business. And that really served to get everybody on the same page and understanding where we were coming from. Subsequently, we've had some of our professionals doing leadership training with Stephen, which has been very interesting for them. A lot of engineers are very smart people, but maybe quite narrow in their focus, and so that's been quite broadening for them in terms of the way they see themselves in the workplace. They see themselves perhaps more than just engineers, but as problem solvers for their clients and as part of a bigger team, which has been really great for them and for us.